Stop whatever you are doing right now and look at your legs, because if you are over the age of 60 and you still spend more than 4 hours a day sitting in your favorite chair, you are unknowingly participating in a slow-motion disaster that is stripping away your independence. Most people think that getting weak and losing your balance is just a natural part of getting old, like gray hair or wrinkles, but that is a dangerous lie that keeps millions of seniors trapped in a cycle of frailty and fear. I have seen thousands of patients who woke up one day only to realize they could no longer stand up from the toilet without holding onto the wall, or that a simple flight of stairs felt like climbing Mount Everest. The truth is, your body is currently in a state of emergency, and the daily habits you think are normal are actually sending a signal to your brain to discard your muscle tissue as if it were trash. But what if I told you that there is a specific 1-minute muscle rescue ritual that can flip the switch from aging to rebuilding in as little as 10 days? I am talking about a method so powerful and so biologically grounded that it can make a 70-year-old move with the stability and confidence of someone 20 years younger. In the next few minutes I am going to reveal exactly why your current routine is failing you, and I will walk you through the precise steps of this 60-second ritual that you can do right in your living room without a single piece of gym equipment. We are also going to cover the 3 hidden muscle killers hiding in your kitchen, and why the way you move during the first 10 minutes of your morning decides how much muscle you will lose by sunset. Stick with me until the very end, because I am going to share a secret about your nervous system that most doctors never mention, and it is the absolute key to making sure you never end up in a nursing home against your will. By the time this video is over, you will feel a sense of control over your body that you haven't felt in decades, and you will have a clear, actionable plan to reclaim the strength that is rightfully yours. I am sharing this with you today because as a specialist in geriatric longevity, I have spent my entire career fighting the epidemic of sarcopenia, and I have seen 80-year-olds go from being housebound to walking 3 miles a day just by making these specific shifts. Before we dive into the ritual, I want to hear from you, so please tell me in the comments how old you are and what is the one physical activity you miss doing the most, because I personally read these and I want to help you get back to doing what you love. Also, if you haven't joined our community yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I release deep dive guides like this one that are designed to help you age backward and keep your freedom. Now let's get into the science of why you are feeling weak and how we are going to fix it starting today. The first thing you have to understand is that after the age of 50 your body undergoes a massive chemical shift where it becomes much harder to maintain muscle and much easier to lose it, which scientists call anabolic resistance. This means that even if you are eating the same way you did in your 30s, your muscles are literally starving for the signals they need to stay strong and healthy. Imagine your muscles are like a bank account, and every year after 60 the bank starts taking out a 10% maintenance fee every single month unless you prove to the bank that you are still using the account. If you just sit there and go about your day in a sedentary way, the bank assumes the account is abandoned and eventually you are left with nothing. This is why you feel that heaviness in your legs when you try to stand up quickly, or that sudden loss of balance when you turn a corner too fast. It isn't just that your muscles are smaller, it is that the connection between your brain and your muscle fibers is becoming frayed like an old electrical wire. When that connection weakens, your reaction time slows down, and that is exactly when falls happen. But here is where the muscle rescue ritual comes in and changes the entire game. This isn't a workout, and it isn't some grueling exercise routine that leaves you gasping for air. Instead, it is a targeted neuromuscular activation that takes exactly 60 seconds and tells your brain that these muscles are vital for survival. When you perform this specific movement, you are flooding your system with nitric oxide and triggering a release of growth markers that go straight to your largest muscle groups like your quads and your glutes. This is the foundation of your independence, because your thigh muscles are the single greatest predictor of how long you will live and how healthy those years will be. If your legs are strong, your heart is usually strong and your brain stays sharper, because the blood flow required to move those large muscles feeds every other organ in your body. Now let's talk about the kitchen, because you cannot build a house without bricks, and you cannot rescue your muscles if you are feeding them the wrong fuel. There is a common misconception that as we get older we need to eat less, but the biological reality is that you actually need more high-quality protein now than you did when you were 25. Most seniors are chronically under-eating protein, which forces the body to cannibalize its own muscle tissue just to keep the heart beating and the lungs moving. You are literally eating your own legs from the inside out every time you skip a meal or settle for just a piece of toast for breakfast. To stop this you need to focus on what I call the high-ceiling proteins, and the first one on my list is something that might surprise you, which is liquid amino acids or high-quality collagen peptides mixed with a specific mineral. Most people think collagen is just for skin and hair, but recent clinical trials have shown that when seniors take collagen in combination with the muscle rescue ritual they see a significant increase in lean body mass compared to those who just do the movement alone. But the real secret weapon in your kitchen isn't just the protein, it is how you manage your insulin levels. High blood sugar is a muscle killer because it creates advanced glycation end products that literally stiffen your muscle fibers, making them brittle and weak like dry twigs. This is why you feel stiff in the morning and why your joints ache after a short walk. To reverse this you need to incorporate a specific type of fermented food like unsweetened kefir or high-quality sauerkraut into your midday meal. These foods balance your gut microbiome, which is the control center for how well you absorb nutrients. If your gut is inflamed, your muscles are starving no matter how much steak or eggs you eat. This leads us directly into the 1-minute muscle rescue ritual itself, which I want you to visualize right now so you can do it as soon as this video ends. I want you to find a sturdy chair or even the edge of your bed and stand in front of it with your feet shoulder width apart. The ritual starts with a slow controlled descent as if you are going to sit down, but instead of sitting you are going to stop exactly 1 inch above the surface and hold that position for 5 seconds. While you are holding it I want you to squeeze your glutes as hard as you possibly can and drive your heels into the floor. This creates a massive amount of tension in the lower body which signals the nervous system to wake up. After 5 seconds you stand up explosively and reach your arms toward the ceiling as high as you can, stretching your entire spine. You are going to repeat this cycle for exactly 60 seconds. What you are doing here is a pattern interrupt for your physiology. By stopping just before you sit you are forcing your stabilizing muscles to fire in a way they never do during a normal day. You are effectively rebooting your balance sensors and telling your body that it needs to maintain this muscle mass to perform this essential movement. I have had patients in their 80s who started doing this just once a day, and within 2 weeks they were able to walk up a flight of stairs without touching the railing. It sounds simple because it is, but the biological impact is profound because it targets the fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are the first ones we lose as we age. These are the fibers that save you from a fall when you trip on a rug or lose your footing on a wet sidewalk. By training them for just 1 minute a day you are essentially buying an insurance policy for your physical freedom. But we cannot stop at just the ritual because there is another hidden factor that is draining your strength, and that is chronic low-level inflammation. If your body is constantly fighting internal fires it doesn't have the energy to build new muscle or repair the old ones. This is why I want you to look at your evening routine. Many of you are eating your largest meal right before bed, which spikes your insulin and shuts down the production of growth hormones during the night. If you want to rescue your muscles you need to try what I call the sunset fast. Try to finish your last bite of food at least 3 hours before you go to sleep. This allows your body to enter a state of deep repair while you sleep, where it can focus entirely on cellular cleanup and muscle restoration. Instead of digesting a heavy meal your body will be busy weaving new muscle fibers and strengthening the ones you have. To make this even more effective I want you to add a magnesium glycinate supplement to your evening routine. Magnesium is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, and almost every senior I treat is deficient in it. Without enough magnesium your muscles cannot relax properly, which leads to those painful nighttime leg cramps and a general feeling of restlessness. When your muscles are relaxed they can recover, and when they recover they grow stronger. It is a simple cycle that most people completely ignore, but once you start optimizing your sleep and your minerals you will wake up feeling lighter and more energized than you have in years. I want to tell you about a patient of mine named Arthur who was 72 years old when he first walked into my office, or rather when his son helped him walk into my office. Arthur was a former engineer, a man who loved working with his hands and spending time in his wood shop, but for the last 3 years he had been struggling. His legs felt like lead and he had developed a shuffling gait because he was afraid of lifting his feet too high and losing his balance. He told me he felt like a prisoner in his own body and that he had started looking at assisted living facilities because he didn't want to be a burden to his family. We started him on the 1-minute muscle rescue ritual and made 2 small changes to his diet, focusing on high-density proteins and magnesium. For the first few days he said it was hard and that his legs felt shaky, but he stuck with it. By day 10 he noticed that he could get out of his armchair without using his hands. By the end of the month he was back in his woodshop standing for 2 hours at a time building a birdhouse for his granddaughter. The transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional. He had his dignity back. He had his life back. And that is exactly what I want for you. You are not a victim of your age, you are a product of your habits, and today is the day we change those habits for the better. As we move forward, I want you to remember that consistency is more important than intensity. You don't need to go to a gym for an hour to see results, but you do need to give your body that 60-second signal every single day. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't go a week without brushing and expect your teeth to stay healthy, so why would you go a day without signaling your muscles to stay strong? This is the core of the 1-minute ritual. It is a daily commitment to your future self. In my next video I am going to reveal a specific drink that can double the effectiveness of this ritual by increasing your protein synthesis by nearly 40% overnight. It is something you likely already have in your pantry, but you are using it the wrong way. You do not want to miss that, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it right now. I am on a mission to help 1 million seniors reclaim their strength and live independently, and I want you to be one of them. Your subscription helps me reach more people and provides me with the resources to keep bringing you this life-changing information for free. Now, before I let you go, let's recap your action plan. Starting tomorrow morning, I want you to perform the 1-minute muscle rescue ritual before you have your first cup of coffee. Stand in front of a chair, lower yourself slowly, hold for 5 seconds just above the seat, squeeze everything you've got, and then stand up tall. Do this for 60 seconds. Then I want you to make sure you are getting at least 30 grams of protein with your first meal and stop eating 3 hours before bed. These are small changes, but they create a massive compound effect in your biology. You have the power to reverse the clock, and it starts with a single minute. I believe in your ability to get stronger, and I want to hear about your progress in the comments below. Tell me how you feel after your first day of the ritual. Tell me when you notice that first spark of energy returning to your legs. We are in this together, and I am going to be here every week to guide you through the latest science of longevity. Thank you for trusting me with your health and for being a part of this incredible community. You are stronger than you think, and your best years are still ahead of you. I will see you in the next video, where we will dive even deeper into the secrets of metabolic age reversal. Stay strong, stay steady, and keep moving forward. Look, if you found this information valuable and you want to continue receiving science-backed strategies to keep you out of the doctor's office and in your own home, then you absolutely need to subscribe. Why? Because every single week I am dropping new videos on specific nutritional protocols and movement patterns that most of the mainstream media completely ignores. I have already helped thousands of people just like Arthur regain their mobility and rediscover their passion for life, and you are next in line to experience that transformation. Hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you never miss a revelation, and let's prove to the world that age is just a number and strength is a choice we make every single day. Trust me, what I have planned for next week is going to change everything you thought you knew about aging and muscle growth. I'll see you then, and remember, your health is your greatest wealth, so let's start investing in it today.